Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Can you hear me? It's great to be up here and see all of your smiling faces. My name is Tim Lee. I'm the Vice President for Enrollment Management. Thank you for joining us at this annual Fall Convocation, where we celebrate the service and commitment of staff and faculty and greet the newest members of our community. As we begin this event, we honor the Onondaga Nation, the original people on whose land LeMoyne College stands. I'd like to invite Mr. Demetrius McNeil, the inaugural Administrative Fellow, to come forward to offer the invocation.
Good afternoon. Please bow your heads. Dear God, we come before you today, our hearts and minds open to receive words of comfort and blessings. Today, we are gathered to celebrate those who served in our community as pillars, exemplifying the Jesuit motto of being men and women for others. 20 years of service leadership are not simple actions. 20 years of service is a shining example of what we should all be striving for and beyond. Continue to guide them on their journey, as they undoubtedly will continue to serve humanity by shining their light in the world wherever they shall be. God, we also pray for peace for all of humanity as we face challenging times. We must remember that every year can bring many challenges and grief. However, the one thing that remains true is your love for all. And during these challenging times, we must unite and spread love, because we know that is the only way towards a prosperous future for all. As your will is often beyond what our minds can conceive, our faith in your will will never fail. We thank you for guidance as our vibrant community bands together to provide our students with safe learning environments so that they may leave our campus to become trailblazers in the world. This fall marks a new beginning for some, and for others, it will serve as a bridge connected to the world at large. Either way, we have faith in your grace that you will help our students find their way so they may walk confidently into the world beyond LeMoyne and be all that you have called them to be, following in the footsteps of the colleagues and leaders we celebrate today. Lastly, we continue to pray that solace be extended to all the families of those who have lost their lives due to racial injustice and discrimination. We understand that no one is perfect, and so we continue to profess that all men, women, and children are created equal, not simply by a doctrine crafted by man, but because your word cements that we were all created in your likeness. Our different abilities, cultures, and perspectives are what bind us together stronger and should not be used to push us further away from one another. We, LeMoyne College, are committed to preparing our students and staff to uphold your standard of love for all of humanity, because we know that is the only way towards a prosperous future for everyone. Bless our community, bless our students, and bless these amazing colleagues of ours who have all carved a shining path for many to come. And let us all say, amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Demetrius. Because of social distancing guidelines, many of the people we typically recognize during our annual events could not be with us in person, but are joining us virtually on our live stream. I want to take a moment and thank the entire LeMoyne community for their commitment and their efforts to keep our entire campus safe. Our students certainly recognize this, and I'd like to share with you the thoughts of one particular student who emailed the leadership team. Dear all, I hope this email finds you well. I would like to take a minute to give you all the recognition you deserve. A recent assignment for my positive psychology course has asked us to use a character strength in a new way every day for 1 week. Seeing that one of my character strengths is gratitude, I would like to use this opportunity to thank you for all of the sacrifices, hard work, resiliency, and teamwork you have put forth over these past few months to safely bring us back to campus this fall. I believe I speak not only for myself, but for a majority of the student body here at LeMoyne. I am inspired by your ability to overcome adversity and to do so upholding the college's Jesuit values. You have done an amazing job formulating plans for every aspect of campus and academic life. Such a daunting task, especially in the uncertain times we are in. Your efforts have not gone unrecognized. Thank you for everything you have done and continue to keep our campus safe and happy. And that was from Olivia Manning, who is a junior psychology major. And she adds a PS. I am sure there are many other people who contributed to the efforts of bringing us back safely. So feel free to pass this message along. Thank you, everyone. I would like to thank our student leaders, members of the LeMoyne Student Government Association and Student Programming Board, who are listed in the program, for everything they did to welcome the newest members of the LeMoyne family, the class of 2024. Also listed in the program are the names of the new faculty and staff members who have joined us this year. We are thrilled to welcome you as part of our LeMoyne community. It is now my privilege to introduce the person who continues to lead and inspire us, our president, Dr. Linda Lemire.
Thank you all for being here, whether you're tuning in virtually or joining me in person. Looking back at my remarks from convocations past, I notice that I often begin with the same phrase. Thank you all for being here. We've probably heard it on dozens of occasions. It rolls past our ears almost unheard. But pause for a second and think about what we've been through this year, and listen again. Thank you all for being here. At every other convocation I've attended, being here meant carving an hour or two out of our busy schedules or choosing this event over some other commitment. In September of 2020, however, being here is a monumental collective achievement. I am profoundly grateful to our students, staff, administrators, and our faculty. Our returning students never wavered in their commitment to LeMoyne. They came back to their home on the Heights with masks, hand sanitizer, and the Emoca app, on top of everything else in their plastic crates and laundry baskets. Our freshmen, the class of 2024, if you can believe it, were determined to start living life like dolphins, pandemic or no pandemic. They joined us back in mid-August. They settled in, met their classmates, and got a jump on their Core 100 courses. Dear students, we love your energy, resilience, and optimism. In fact, we just love having you around. One of the things I treasure about higher education is that for us, every fall is a second spring, a new beginning. The leaves on the trees may be changing, but you are evergreen and gold. Your arrival brings the campus back to life and reminds us of how much we love what we do. Thank you for being here. Our colleagues in staff and administrative roles across the campus began working toward our return even before the dust from the lockdown had settled. You positioned us to welcome students back to campus under circumstances none of us have ever experienced or could have imagined. Offices and departments in every corner of the college found ways to deliver the excellent service they always have, despite constantly changing conditions. Our facility staff measured rooms and moved furniture and still found time to keep the campus looking so beautiful. Our information technology experts outfitted classrooms with new equipment, created training materials, and thought about things like bandwidth so the rest of us wouldn't have to. Our COVID-19 office and task force made informational modules for Canvas, kept on top of the latest guidance and information, and answered 1,000 questions. From admissions to student development and everywhere in between, your Herculean efforts have brought us here today. Thank you. Our faculty shifted literally overnight from grading midterm papers and exams to planning how to keep students learning when we reconvened virtually after spring break. You continue to challenge and engage our students as you always have, but you also comforted and counseled them and kept them connected to LeMoyne and to each other. In a world seemingly gone mad, their classes were a constant. Students learned that the sun always rises, that life goes on, and that no mere once-in-a-century plague is going to stop that calculus exam or English paper. As the new semester begins, you continue to serve, to innovate, teaching your courses in new ways and with new technology, but with the same passion that you have always shown. For your creativity and dedication, for your imagination and patience and humor, I thank you. Thank you for everything you've done and for everything you continue to do. The only thing you haven't done is to surprise me. I never doubted that we would be ready for the fall semester. I never doubted that we would do what we always have done and always will do. We made sure we were ready to welcome our students because that is our mission and because the world has never needed us more than it does now. COVID pandemic still rages almost a year after its first appearance, and a far more vicious malady, systemic racism, has haunted us for centuries. COVID will, I am sure, eventually yield to science. Systemic racism will end only when we commit to making Black Lives Matter not just a rallying cry, but a living fact. These and countless other challenges surround us. Still others, unseen but inevitable, will come. And I know our graduates will be ready to meet them. This past June, in between Zoom meetings from my basement office, I read a Frank Bruni editorial in the New York Times that I set aside to share with you today. Many of you probably read it. It's really a wonderful piece, and I wish I had time to read it all to you. Mr. Bruni writes passionately about the enduring value and relevance of the liberal arts, and I agree with about 99% of it. Let me explain. He writes in part, "We need doctors right now. My God, we need doctors. We need research scientists to map this invader and find its Achilles heel. But we also need Achilles. And we need Homer. We need writers, philosophers, historians to chart the social, cultural, and political challenges of this pandemic and all of the other dynamics that have pushed the United States so harrowingly close to the edge. In terms of restoring faith in the American project and reseeding common ground, they're beyond essential. Amen. I'm absolutely with him so far. But here is the 1%, and I quote, "And I'm not sure we get that." Excuse me, Frank? Did you say not sure we get that? Believe me, as a Jesuit institution, we get it. In fact, we've gotten it for 75 years here at LeMoyne and for centuries around the world. I love that you're making the case to all of your readers, but here on the Heights, you're preaching to the choir. As our college begins its 75th year, we know much work lies ahead. Yet we also know that we will find opportunity in adversity and that we will grow and thrive because of, not in spite of, our challenges. LeMoyne's roots are too deep, our community too strong to imagine any other outcome. LeMoyne has always been dedicated to transcending limits and expanding boundaries, to being restless with what is and to imagining what it could be. Greatness meets goodness speaks to us of knowledge and expertise liberated by the courage to dream. LeMoyne is a place of potentialities, a place where we, like Emily Dickinson, can dwell in possibility. I won't say that 2020 has been an easy year for any of us, but I have never been prouder to be the president of LeMoyne College. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Linda. This convocation is an opportunity to recognize the many accomplishments of our dedicated faculty and staff. We will begin with the Benny Marenti Awards, given in recognition of 20 years of service. I ask President Lemire to come to center stage to congratulate each award recipient. To begin, I invite Roger Stackpool, Senior Vice President for Finance and Administration, to the podium to read the citation for Tom Bonus, men's soccer coach. Tom is unable to be with us in person today, but is joining us virtually. Almost forgot my glasses.
Thank you, Tim. I'm honored to present this citation for Tom, or Tommy, Bonus. The winningest coach in the 65-year history of the men's soccer program, Tom Bonus has led LeMoyne to unparalleled success in his 20 seasons in coaching the Dolphins. His teams have accumulated 221 victories and posted 10 or more victories in 16 of his 20 seasons. Tom has led LeMoyne to 7 appearances in the NCAA championships, the third most among coaches across all sports in the history of the college. Tom was highlighted by a run to the NCAA semifinals in 2009. Tom was recognized as the 2009 National Soccer Coaches Association America East Region Coach of the Year and 2004 Northeast 10 Conference Coach of the Year, and he led his charges to the Northeast 10 Championship for 19 consecutive years, the second longest active streak in the conference. Tom has guided 78 members of his teams to all conference honors, including 24 to first team accolades. He's coached a pair of NE10 Rookie of the Year honorees and a Goalkeeper of the Year. 10 Dolphins have earned All-American recognition under Tom, while 27 members have accounted for 48 All-Region honors. Coach Bonus takes tremendous pride in the growth and development of his student athletes, which includes the mentoring of the current Onondaga County Executive, Ryan McMahon, during his time on the Heights. With gratitude for all he has done to enhance the experience of the whole person and development of his student athletes through the game he so clearly loves, LeMoyne College is proud to present to Tom Bonus the Benny Marenti Award.
I now invite Dr. Miga Wells, Dean of the Purcell School of Professional Studies, to the podium to read the citation for Dr. Cynthia Choi, Associate Professor of Education, who is unable to be with us in person today.
Thank you, Tim. As part of a pre-doctoral fellows program designed to attract early career scholars, Cynthia Choi came to LeMoyne College to stay 1 year. Cindy was from Colorado, and it was fairly certain that the winters would not scare her away. Cindy had worked at the University of Colorado in student development, assisting first-generation college students to maintain success in demanding courses of study. Although she was not immediately familiar with Jesuit educational principles, her philosophy of teaching and learning embodied many characteristics of Ignatian pedagogy, specifically cura personalis and magis. She was a perfect fit for LeMoyne. Cindy helped pave the way for some of the first online offerings in graduate education programs. She helped others rethink effective pedagogy in light of advancing technological tools. Her research and teaching focus on instructional design and decision-making, ensuring that educators make use of technology thoughtfully. She helps teachers see technology as more than just the latest app or program, but a way to improve learning and to make it accessible to all. Cindy's students remark on her enthusiasm, whether in her Core 100 class on comics and graphic novels, or her special education courses on assistive technology and universal design for learning. She works tirelessly to ensure that she includes the most current tools and research-based practices in her courses. Her work in local K-12 schools provide pre-service teachers with important classroom experiences. Fortunately for the LeMoyne community, Cindy Choi's one-year fellowship became a career that has helped her LeMoyne students and colleagues advance in new directions. For helping to reshape curricula and instruction, and for her willingness to constantly improve and share her knowledge and skills with others, LeMoyne is proud to present Cynthia Choi the Benny Marenti Award.
I now invite Dr. Jim Hannon, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, to come forward and read the citation for Father Jim Dallinger, who is unable to be here in person today.
Thank you, Tim, and I'll apologize in advance. I do not speak French, so I will mispronounce a couple of names in this citation. Sorry, Jim. For 20 years, James Dallinger, S.J., has demonstrated his dedication to the college by teaching not only in his department, Foreign Languages and Literatures, where he has taught a wide variety of courses at different levels of French language and literature, but also in the Department of English, teaching mainly French authors such as the poet François Villon, as well as in the college's core. Jim is a dedicated researcher on the figure of Etienne Pasquet, on whom he is in the process of publishing his third book, and enjoys faithfully attending the 16th Century Studies and the Medieval Studies International Conference in Kalamazoo, Michigan, to present his work on Pasquet. In regard to his personality, Jim has a great sense of humor that he displays when he devotedly passes by each of our offices to say good morning, and that his students often highlight. As one student said, he loves cracking jokes during his lectures. In our small French program that he has managed on his own for many years, Jim agrees to always enthusiastically teach many independent study courses, as necessary for the students to complete their graduation requirements. In Sciences, who unfortunately is unable to be with us in person today, it is my honor to read her citation. When asked to describe Jean Darby, colleagues consistently use such words as diligent, thorough, ethical, compassionate, rigorous, kind, dependable, dedicated, and knowledgeable. It is no surprise then that faculty, staff, administrators, and students from across the campus community regularly turn to Jean for advice, assistance, and support. Jean has held a variety of positions in the College of Arts and Sciences, serving for the past 7 years as assistant dean. In addition to her many responsibilities in that position, Jean serves on several college committees, including student conduct, academic appeals, and ease. Colleagues on these committees benefit from Jean's fair and consistent approach to the challenges that students sometimes face. Having helped develop the college's original adjunct union agreement, Jean works closely with arts and sciences adjuncts to ensure that they experience a positive and rewarding working environment. Jean has also made an impact in a variety of co-curricular areas. In addition to serving several times as a mentor and manresa, Jean has generously committed her time and energy by joining service trips to Dominica in 2001 and El Salvador in 2020. As assistant dean, Jean must sometimes have difficult conversations with students who have been academically dishonest. Frequently, these students are defensive and embarrassed as Jean discusses their transgressions and the remediation they must complete to remain in good standing. It is a testament then to Jean's fairness, high standards, and compassion that often these same students subsequently thank her for the guidance and support that she offered while holding them accountable. Whether working with students, faculty, or others at LeMoyne, Jean exercises discernment, good judgment, and true concern for reaching positive and empowering solutions. For these and for so many other reasons, LeMoyne College is honored to present to Jean Darby the Bene Marenti Award.
I now invite Father Joe Marina, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, to come forward and read the citation for Steve Evans, Associate Director of External Relations. Steve, please join President Lemire on stage.
Thank you, Tim. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a great privilege to read the citation for Coach Evans. Steve Evans has spent his 20 years in the college's athletic department as a head coach and an administrator. He returned to the Heights as the head coach of the men's basketball team in 2000 after serving as an assistant coach at Northwestern University. His 210 victories are the second highest in the program's 72-year history. Over his final 8 campaigns, LeMoyne averaged over 15 wins a season, highlighted by an appearance in the 2009 NE10 title game and the program's first NCAA championship berth in 17 years in 2014. On November 3rd, 2009, Steve brought the college national attention as he led the Dolphins to an 82-79 victory over Syracuse in an exhibition game. He had 12 members receive NE10 All-Conference honors, including Lawrence Ekperigan, who was named NE10 Player of the Year in 2009 and earned 3 consecutive first-team accolades. In 2015, Steve accepted a promotion into his current role as Associate Athletic Director, where he oversees the Dolphin Athletic Association and its engagement, outreach, and fundraising efforts. In addition, Evans plays a critical role in the development and advancement of the department's Inside the L culture programming. Anyone who has worked with Steve knows the pride, passion, and dedication he has for LeMoyne College, the student athletes he has mentored, with profound appreciation for all that he has done for this institution, its student athletes, and college athletics as a whole. LeMoyne College is honored to present to Steve Evans the Bene Marenti Award.
I have a big smile. Oh, Steve? Sorry, I forgot this.
I now invite Roger Stackpool to the podium to read the citation for William Good, carpenter and mason in facilities management, who is unable to be with us in person today.
Welcome back, Rob.
I think I figured out why I need the glasses, because when I'm sitting down, I can see this fine. I'm following the tall guy. So I gotta put this lower. I'm equally honored to present this citation for Bill Good, Jr. Former Major League Baseball player Sam Ewing firmly believed that hard work spotlights the character of people. That some, in quotes, turn up their sleeves, some turn up their noses, and some don't turn up at all. If Ewing were to visit the LeMoyne campus, what he would see, and what we already know, is that Bill Good Jr. falls firmly in the first category. He is someone who turns up his sleeves at every opportunity, and the college is far better for it. Bill is a carpenter, mason, and lead mechanic in the LeMoyne's physical plant. When he arrived on the Heights, after a rewarding career as a police officer for the town of DeWitt, it was a homecoming of sorts. His father, the late Bill Red Good Sr., once held the same role at LeMoyne. There is no doubt that the younger Bill inherited a wealth of knowledge from his dad. He is a consummate craftsman who brings an unparalleled level of diligence, pride, and attention to detail to all of his work, no matter how large or how small the project may be. In the words of one colleague, he is a true team player and one of our bright stars. For his dedication, loyalty, and service to the campus community, LeMoyne College is proud to present to Bill Good, Jr., the Bene Marenti Award.
Speaking of tall guys, I now invite Jim Joseph, Dean of the Madden School of Business, to read the citation for Dr. Xinjiang Lin, Professor of Information Systems. Dr. Lin, please join President Lemire on stage.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is an honor to read a citation for Dr. Lin. Professor Xinjiang Lin is an information scientist, database expert, and poet who teaches database and systems analysis courses in the Madden School's Information Systems program. In his classroom, students learn the fundamentals of analyzing information systems and building database solutions to meet business requirements. He guides our students expertly as they acquire the skills and perspectives needed to contribute effectively in organizations. Professor Lin's accomplishments include research in information seeking and retrieval, and leadership as the recent past president of the Faculty Senate. Professor Lin has also chaired and served on the Faculty Senate Professional Rights and Welfare Committee and served on the Academic Relations, Policies and Procedures, and College Curriculum Committees. Professor Lin brings his expertise to the classroom and generously shares his knowledge with students and colleagues. He is thoughtful and helpful to his colleagues and can be counted on to think ahead about next steps to support the college. For his generosity of spirit, for his expertise and guidance, and for the innumerable hours he has invested on our behalf over the past 20 years, LeMoyne College is proud to present Xinjiang Lin, PhD, the Benny Marenti Award. Congratulations. I also have the honor of reading and also writing the citation for Dale Wilson, Assistant to the Dean, Associate Dean, Graduate Program Directors in the Madden School of Business. Dale, please join Linda on stage. Dale Wilson is part diplomat, part den mother, and part dean whisperer. Dale isn't just the unofficial gatekeeper of the Madden School of Business. She is its very heart and soul. Whether lending a caring ear to a student who is feeling overwhelmed, or advice to a colleague navigating a particularly politically sensitive matter, Dale's gentle, calming presence is felt across the first floor of Mitchell Hall. She is a doer, a multitasker, and the ally and resource we all need, and which Madden is ever so fortunate to have. The depth and breadth of Dale's professional responsibilities are difficult to encapsulate. Suffice it to say, her work requires tremendous foresight, attention to detail, and emotional intelligence that her dean lacks. Did I say that? All of which she possesses in abundance. Dale also brings to her role an impressive level of institutional knowledge. Over the years, she has seen the school undergo tremendous change and growth. Yet, she still can name many of its over 700 undergraduate students and all of its 142 students in the graduate program. This was actually written a month ago. The number is actually 151. And there is not a wedding or a birth or a professional accolade that escapes her notice. That is family spelled with a PH. With gratitude for her professionalism, her integrity, and her joy de vivre, LeMoyne College is proud to present Dale Wilson the Benny Marenti Award.
Congratulations to all of our Benny Marenti recipients. Can we have one more round of applause? Before we conclude, I would like to remind everyone that the firm that conducted our climate survey will be on campus on September 29th to present the results of the survey. To sign up for the presentation and to obtain more information, check out this morning's Dolphin Digest for all the details. That concludes this afternoon's event. Let's all have a wonderful year. Thank you very much.